Like, did you know when your life changed in that minute? Like, did you know all the people attached to this movie? Do you have any idea?
That's what was so insane. I remember them saying to me, like people who were there at the time with the camera crew, they said, and they had producers from New Line Cinema who came. I didn't even know, like I was making ice cream sundaes for producers from New Line Cinema, no clue. And they said to me, they said, can we tell you who your cast is going to be? I was like, please tell me, like I'm crying. And they said, well, they said, your best friend is going to be Amanda Bynes. I'm like, what? I grew up loving the Amanda show, loving all that. Like, she's comedic genius.
What I Like About You with JennyGarth, that show with the Mans and Bides, that was a great
Such a good show.
classic
And
TV.
so I heard her name and I was like, and then it just kept going on. They said, and Motormouth Maybelle is going to be Queen Latifah. And I'm like, what? Like, no. Like, I grew up loving Queen Latifah. She's always been a huge inspiration and idol of mine. And I was like, now I'm going to meet her and work with her. Like, this is insane. And then they looked at me and said, okay, we're going to tell you who your mom is going to be now. And I said, okay. And they looked at me and they said, John Travolta. And I remember just like my heart, just like, because I had been, my favorite movie ever, Saturday Night Fever.
Ooh, I see, my mind just goes to Grease. It just goes to Grease. Saturday Night Fever is a good one too. It is.
I mean, obsessed with Saturday Night Fever, obsessed with Grease growing up, and I was just in shock. I was like, no way. And then, of course, we got on set and just meeting him, meeting Queen, meeting Man, everybody. It was just, it still feels like an outer body experience. I was like, there's no way that really happened, but it did.
Did they who did they take you under their wing? Did they try to give you like advice of like, let us teach you something about making a movie, or, not that you needed it. I mean, you didn't know what you were doing, but you were hired.
I walked onto that set a sponge. I was like, I want to learn as much from everybody as possible. I'm like, you can learn, from this actor, from this AD, from this producer, from, I wanted to take up the whole experience, take it in. And I learned from every single person on that set. Like, everybody taught me a lesson that I, carry with me, whether it be, auditions or what I want to do with my future, how to develop a project. I mean, these people are, John is still very much in my life, and he's been a great source of, advice for me. And he's very much been a huge part of my life. And for me, while Hairspray was the best experience ever, my relationship with him that I take away from Hairspray is the greatest gift.
Is he the person like you're the closest with from that whole experience?
Yeah.
Really? Well, you had the most scenes, I guess, or plenty of scenes.
Yeah, we had an amazing time. It was just so much fun dancing and singing with him.
What is, like, during that time, or just in general, like the best piece of advice he gave you, like on the business or whatever?
He looked at me one day and he said, always stay true to who you are. Don't change, Nikki, for anybody or for this business. Always remain true to who you are. And that is something that has taken, just meant so much to me, because in the times where I go, am I in the right business? Am I, when I'm questioning, when I'm doing that typical, thing that we all do, playing devil's advocate in our own brain, I then all of a sudden hear John telling me, no, stay true to who you are, and do what makes you happy. And this, this business makes me very happy. I mean, just performing and just being creative makes me happy.
And that's probably a hard thing to remember, like with all the rejection in the business, you try to say like, oh, well, like maybe I should do this for this part or act a little, like whatever.
I remember,
or if I was only whatever, I could see that.
I was involved with a project at one point, and I remember I backed away from it. I left it because I was not comfortable. Like, they added a nude scene and I was just not comfortable, like, for no reason. And I left the project, and it just, because it didn't feel true to me, and I wasn't, it didn't feel like it was the right path for me. And so I remember that was when those words of advice really came into play, like, follow your heart, be true to who you are, and make sure that you're always, playing roles that you'd be proud of.
Is that project some major movie or TV show that we all know of today?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I was just
I
wondering if,
mean,
you were in the mix for Riverdale or something that became
oh
something.
no. No. I mean,
Not that there would be a nude scene on, public TV, but you know what I'm saying.
yeah, no, I think this was more like the people were just trying to be like, get my first, nude scene or have that for the plug of the movie. And I was like, absolutely not. It doesn't make sense. There's no point in it. I know, I see what you're doing here, and I'm not about this game at all.
Clickbait in the form of a nude scene.
Exactly. And I was like, it doesn't make sense, and it doesn't. And now that I am producing, working on my own stuff, you realize what stuff makes sense. And I'm just like, I'm glad I
Stuck to your guns.
did a do and stuck to my guns. Exactly.
Who did you bond with? Like, did you bond with like Amanda Bynes or like
Oh
Zac
gosh.
Efron? Is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the god that is Zac Efron, or like a Michelle
Zeus
Pfeiffer?
himself.
I can't. I like need a moment with
You
Zac
can't.
Efron.
I get asked daily, like at least like 4 times a day, and it's great because I love talking about him. He's a sweetheart, and I'm very proud of him. He's an amazing human. We bonded, definitely. We were on set together all the time. Elijah Kelly and I became super close. We were constantly together. Amanda and I, Brittany Snow, I adore. Just everybody. Like, we all had such a different working experience together, because you get all these personalities in a room, and everybody is just, they were just incredible, and we all became a huge, massive family. Like, see, that's the thing, is like, I tell people, the fun that you had watching it, we had like 4 times that, like 400 million times that much fun making it.